Hello everyone, welcome to another VATSIM full flight here on the AviationPro channel. Today we are going to fly from Stockholm in Sweden to Copenhagen in Denmark. And we're going to be flying the Norwegian Boeing 737-800 for that. A short little flight, but I'm going to try to explain as much as possible as we go. And it should be fun, it should be quite interesting. We will have full ATC en route, or should have at least, and there's a little event today at Stockholm where Stockholm is online, and in Copenhagen there's also ATC. So we should be in for a nice and interesting flight. Now, of course, it's summer here in the Northern Hemisphere at the moment, so it's still very light outside, so it's going to be definitely a flight in daylight. And as you can see, we are parked here at Stockholm gate number 14, Stockholm Arlanda Airport, flying the 737 of Norwegian. Norwegian had some troubles in the past. It's kind of restructured multiple times in the last few years, and currently we're flying kind of the Swedish division of it, as you can see on the Swedish registration, with the Jenny Lind livery, a famous Swedish opera singer from the past. So we're in for a nice flight. Let's see, there's a little bit of traffic around, or at least there was some traffic around a minute ago, some Scandinavian, as you can see. I'm still quite early, so it probably will get a little bit more busy as we move along. I'll just show you a little bit what the flight looks like. Here's our route for today. As you can see, flying from Stockholm Arlanda all the way to Copenhagen. A nice and short route, only about 56 minutes of flying time. Will take us all across Sweden. We should have some nice visibility en route as we look at the weather in a bit, and then we arrive into Copenhagen. And of course, it's quite interesting because Copenhagen is a bit very close to the Swedish airspace, so we'll probably be in touch with the Swedish controllers for quite a bit until we switch to approach at Copenhagen. So that's what the route looks like right here. So I'll just give you a quick overview of the weather at the moment. So this is the Windy website, a very handy website. It also has an app, but this iPad is too old to handle the app, so I'll just show you the website. It's very nice. You can select very much a lot of different layers, and you can get satellite views or view the pressure around everywhere across the globe. So as you can see right now, we have a nice high pressure area in this region. Only a very few clouds there near Gothenburg, but that should be no factor. Otherwise, it's going to be a very clear day, very high pressure. So we should have some nice views as we get to our cruising altitude of flight level 360 today. And therefore the weather is also quite stable. Not many winds. We should not have too much turbulence, and we should be able to set for a nice smooth flight today. So let's take a look at the flight plan as well. As you can see, we are going to fly a Rednose flight 3209er from Stockholm Arlanda to Copenhagen. Our alternate will be Gothenburg, flying the 737-800. We're a bit early, but I'm probably going to be departing a little bit earlier. It doesn't matter that much. Cruising at flight level 360 is set, and as you can see, the winds at that altitude 267 degrees at 11 knots. So really no factor. It's really light winds today. We're going to be carrying 120 passengers and block fuel required of 7.1 tons. So I've loaded 7.2 tons in the airplane. Took a bit of extra fuel, just about 30 minutes because of VATSIM. It can get quite busy sometimes, of course. Our routes, as you can see, expect runway 19 right from Stockholm based on the weather, and then probably arrival into Copenhagen at runway 22 left. Of course, we'll take a look in detail what the situation looks like right there. I'll just open up the briefing plan. Oh, here you can see a little overview of the fuel, and we're not that heavy today, so that's nice. And here we have some significant weather charts. Well, in our route, in our region, there's really nothing going on. A little region up there in the north with maybe some turbulence, but it's not in our flight path. And the winds, again, as you can see here on the chart, it's quite light. So only a few 10 to 50 knots of headwind a little bit throughout the flight. And maybe at the higher altitudes it will be a bit more, turning into a crosswind, as you can see, but it's very light. So that should be okay. Not much terrain either. Of course, we're flying pretty close to the coast, so we're not really dealing with any high terrain today. And yeah, so that's a bit of an overview of the flight plan for today. So I will just prepare the airplane a little bit more, and then I've programmed the whole flight management system already. Just loaded up the SID and then a route to Copenhagen. And in a minute we'll go back and we'll listen to the ATIS, the departure ATIS out of Stockholm, and then we can see if we can get some nice clearance. Alright, so in the meantime some more ATCs popped up, so we have delivery tower approach online and center controller as well. And then also in Denmark we have the center controller online as well, so we'll slowly start listening to the ATIS here at Stockholm Arlanda. So there's a departure and an arrival ATIS, D and A, so we'll listen to the departure ATIS of course. So let's take a listen on 121.625.
06. Met report when 230 degrees 9 knots, variable between 190 and 250 degrees. Cav OK. Temperature 14, 2.0. QNH 1026 hectopascal. This was Arlanda ATIS information kilo. Out. This is Arlanda ATIS departure information kilo. Time 1550. Runway 19 right in use. Arrival runway 26. Met report when 230 degrees 9.
Okay, so we have received the ATIS information, and as you can hear, runway 19 right is active. That's also what I've planned according to the flight plan. And Cav OK, yeah, like we reviewed in the weather, it's high pressure around, so there's really no issue with the weather there. And nice high pressure with a QNH of 1026. And we have information kilo received, so let's tune in the delivery controller 121.825, and then we'll already request a flight plan clearance from the controller with information kilo, and we're parked at stand 14.
Foxtrot is correct. You are clear to...
And ground's also online in the meantime, so it looks like we have some pretty good ATC stations available today. Arlanda delivery, good evening. Rednose 3209er, stand 14, information kilo received, requesting the clearance to Copenhagen.
Rednose 3209er, good evening. Arlanda delivery Foxtrot is valid. You are cleared to Copenhagen. Peter 1 Golf departure, runway 19 right. Climb 5,000 feet, squawk 0267.
Roger, monitoring information Foxtrot, cleared to Copenhagen via the PTF 1 Golf departure, runway 19 right, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 0267, Rednose 3209er.
Rednose 3209er, read that correct. Report ready for push and start.
Wilco, Rednose 3209er. Okay, we have information Foxtrot apparently. I did check the ATIS again, but it does say kilo, so I'm not sure, but we have the correct runway, the QNH is correct also according to the MET report, so that should be okay. Anyway, with that information now that we have received our clearance, we have some time to review our departure, so we'll do that next. However, before we do that, let's do the pre-flight checklist. The oxygen is tested 100%, navigation, transfer and display switches normal and auto. Window heat is on, pressurization mode selector auto. Flight instruments, we have a heading of 185, and also on the compass 185, and altimeter showing 140 feet, and 140 feet on QNH 1026. Parking brake is set, and the engine start levers are cut off. The pre-flight checklist is completed. So as you can see here, we have an overview of the airport. Actually, the airport is quite similar to Amsterdam, also kind of procedure-wise, because it's the runways are around the terminal area, and there are two parallel taxiways around the airport. So one goes clockwise, the other one goes anti-clockwise. So yeah, it's always quite funny to see that similarity between some airports, while other airports are totally different, of course. So let's take a look. We'll do a little bit of a departure briefing. As you can see, we are parked at stand 14 at Pier B. We'll probably push back facing to the north. And from there on, we'll taxi out to the north, probably via Zulu Lima, Papa Alpha to Yankee. And then we continue taxi via Yankee to Yankee 10 at the start of runway 19 right. Once we arrive there, we're going to fly the PTF 1 Golf departure. And I'll cross-check in the background with my legs page if that's all correct. Which quite straightforward. I'll first show you the text. We'll climb on track 184 to Sierra Alpha 705. Sierra Alpha 704 at a maximum speed of 220 knots at altitude of 2100 and above. Then Sierra Alpha 706 and then to PTF. So as you can see, quite straightforward. Little straight section to Sierra Alpha 705, then a right turn, making sure we cross Sierra Alpha 704 at a maximum speed of 220 and 2100 feet or above. 706 and then to PTF. The transition altitude is 5,000 feet, and the initial climb altitude is also 5,000 feet as we have received in our clearance. So that's all set. We're going to contact Stockholm departure when instructed by tower, as you can see. So that's nice. Max speed 215 below flight level 100 as normal. And the MSA in this sector is 2,200 feet around the aerodrome reference point. So in case of an engine failure, we'll just climb on runway track to 5,000 feet. And then we'll deal with the situation from there. We'll be safe from any obstacles. Other than that, the aircraft is fine. I did check the NOTAMs, so there was nothing really big major for a flight. Usually for VATSIM flights, doesn't really matter. The weather is okay, as briefed. Nice and clear skies. It's a bit cold, so if we do encounter some clouds, we have to, of course, take into account the anti-icing a little bit. And otherwise, there are no real threats here for this departure. It should be quite nice and a smooth departure. So let's see what happens. So I will now further prepare the airplane, and the sun is sort of setting here, of course, but at the same time it will stay light for quite a long time, because we're of course in the north, so actually they do not receive much night here, kind of the opposite from winter time. So yeah, we will have some nice daylight experience today. Alright, we'll get the airplane further ready. We'll turn on all the fuel pumps.
Scandinavia to Hotel, contact all on the ground, 121.7. Have a good flight, later on.
Go to ground, 121.7. Have a good day.
Turn on the hydraulics, etc. APU is running, so we have that in the background. Ignition light will be on. Alright, so we can do the B4 star checklist. The flight deck door is closed and locked. Checked fuel, we have on board 7.2 kilograms, and the pumps are on. Center pumps not required. Pressure signs on. Windows locked on both sides. MCP we have V2 142 heading 184 and altitude 5,000 feet. Takeoff speeds we have V1 133, rotate 135, V2 142. CDO pre-flight is completed. The rudder and aileron trim are free and at 0. Taxi takeoff briefing completed, and the anti-collision light is on. B4 star checklist completed. Okay, the pushback truck is also ready to go. So we will report ready with the delivery controller, and then we'll probably get a hand off the ground, which will give us the pushback clearance. And Rednose 3209er fully ready, stand 14.
Rednose 3209er, contact all on the ground, 121.7. Have a good flight, bye-bye.
121.7, Rednose 3209, bye-bye. And one thing I still have to do is set the squawk. It's 0267. Arlanda ground, good evening, Rednose 3209er, stand 14, ready for push and start.
Rednose 3209 ground, good evening, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Rednose 3209er. Okay, get the truck running.
parking brakes, please.
Okay, we are ready until brakes released before start checklist completed. So let's go. Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
There we go, and we are moving. We'll let the cabin crew arm the slides. And then we will start right engine. Backs off.
Scandinavia 104, taxi Jordan, port runner 1 on the right.
Holding point runway 19 right, over the point.
Add the fuel. Not entirely sure how we will be pushed back, but we'll see. Starting it out. And start left engine.
Katia 104 heavy, contact tower 118.5, head off.
Please set parking brakes.
Katia 714 heavy, contact tower 118.5.
Brake
Waiting your
set.
confirmation for a good engine start.
Bra, 118.5
fuel.
for Ethiopia 714, have a great night, bye-bye.
As you can see, the engines are starting nicely. And starting it out. We will confirm the good engine start with ground.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
We'll get everything in order here. There we go. And flaps 5. So as you can see, we push back in this direction, so we'll probably make a right turn. And from there we'll be able to taxi to runway 19 right.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
And I'll do a flight control check. And rudder. That's checked. Ground equipment is moving. Let's wait for their signal. And she has the bypass pin, so that's good. We'll wave goodbye. Thank you very much. Alright, and then we can do the before taxi checklist. Before taxi checklist, generators on, propeat on, anti-ice not required, isolation valve, auto, and start switches continuous, recall, check that one more time, recall is checked, auto brake, RTO, flaps 5, green light, engine start levers, idle, detent, flight controls checked, and the ground is clear. Before taxi checklist completed.
Tower 118.5,
Rednose 3209er, request taxi.
Rednose 3209, taxi down point 1 on the right.
Taxi holding point, runway 19 right, Rednose 3209er. Okay, we are cleared for taxi. Taxi lights on.
Gate 67, taxi by Zulu.
And we'll get moving. And we will taxi via Yankee. First make the turn here. Clear, right's clear, left is clear. There's one aircraft over there. We'll keep an eye on that. Alright, so let's say the cabin is ready. We'll let the cabin crew take their seats. And a short review of the departure. Again, initial climb to 5,000 feet. In case of engine failure, climb straight ahead on runway track 184. Climbing to 5,000. And before takeoff checklist, flaps 5.9, stabilize trim. 4.40 units and sets.
Rednose 3209, contact tower 118.5, head on.
Oh, 118.5, Rednose 3209, bye bye. Before takeoff checklist completed, 1185 is the tower frequency, that's next. And then for the next one will be 126650. So always make sure you tune the frequencies in your standby box. Makes your life a lot easier. Arlanda Tower, good evening. Rednose 3209 are approaching holding point, runway 19 right, ready for departure.
Rednose 3209, Arlanda Tower, hello, line up runway 19 right.
Line up runway 19 right, Rednose 3209.
And Arlanda Tower, Scandinavian.
A lot of trees here, as you can see, quite beautiful. And the fire truck is coming for us already, as you can hear in the background.
Line up 19 right.
Okay, we'll turn the strobe lights on and transponder to active. And we're gonna line up runway 19 right. Final is clear and the left is clear.
Rednose 3209, wind 220 degrees, 8 knots, 19 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 19 right, cleared for takeoff. Rednose 3209. 19 right, identified, landing lights on, taxi lights off, and we'll make it a rolling departure. There we go, guys. Cleared. And takeoff. N1 heading select toga. Thrust sets 80 knots.
V1.
Rotates. Positive rates, gear up. Gear up, Handoff. Handoff, enough speeds. N1. And we'll start accelerating. Beautiful sights, look at that. Flaps 1.
Rednose 3209, contact Stockholm 126.650.
126.650, Rednose 3209, bye bye.
Scandinavia 2 for hotel, runway 1.
And flaps up. Again, maintaining the restriction of 220 knots for now here in this turn. Stockholm approach, good evening, Rednose 3209 are passing 3,800, climbing 5,000.
Rednose 3209, Stockholm, good evening, identified, climb flight 180, high speed approved.
180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180.5, 180 Climb flight level 180, high speed approved. Rednose 3209er. 180.
104, contact Sweden on 118.
Yeah, high speed approved. Speed is a bit high here for this waypoint, but it's already approved, so we will accelerate as normal from here on.
Scandinavian 410, contact on
And
tower,
passing transition altitude, set standards.
Arlanda Tower 118.5. Touchdown, Scandinavian 410.
And we can do the after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, PAX, auto, landing gear up and off, flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Alright, we're on our way. So let's take a look at some nice views if we can. Autopilot in commands. Commands. Look at that view. Isn't that beautiful? Lovely engine sound too. Of course, Sweden, a country famous for all its lakes. A lot of lakes here. And also on this side. Quite beautiful. I have some real-world videos from some Tanzania flights I had recently. And I must say the engine sounds are quite realistic here on the PMDG 737. So yeah, it's always very nice to hear that engine roar. It's really loud.
That's the negative.
Okay, landing lights can go off, seatbelts can go off.
I assume you're going to Landvetter considering your route.
Pressurization doing well.
Affirmative. We're going to land. Yeah, I can correct that for you.
And we are inbound PTF.
Thank you very much. Rednose 3209, contact Sweden 118.4.
118.4, Rednose 3209, bye bye.
Hej då.
1184. Probably quite busy, this controller, covering a large area, of course.
KLM21, contact Sweden 127.
Beautiful.
Contact Sweden controller to 127.
Amazing, amazing.
KLM21, thank you.
Free wings 276, contact Sweden 118.4. It's the same operator, 1184.
Really nice view of the lakes here. So as this is a short flight, we will also make sure that we prepare the arrival in advance. So I will make sure that we get the information from Copenhagen as soon as possible. I'll switch to vertical speed for a little bit here.
QNH 1021 and sea level 60.
And speed vertical speed because we are.
And Scandinavia 002, that's copy, thank you.
Confirm the sea level and QNH.
Sea level 060, QNH 1012, Scandinavia 002.
It's hard to get through.
QNH 1021.
Sweden control, Rednose 3209, leveling off flight level 180.
Rednose 3209, Sweden identified, climb level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Rednose 3209.
Traction 9,
okay, VNAV. And 1 VNAV speed, and we can continue to climb. So as you can see, when it gets busy, you might have a level up in between, but then it helps to kind of use vertical speed for a little bit, so the transition is a bit smoother, so you don't have to maintain and level flights all the time.
Freewing 276, VMA, welcome on board identified. Break, Malab 763, contact Sweden control.
And it does sound very busy here, so let's keep a good eye on things. And as soon as I see the Copenhagen ATIS appear, then I will just confirm which runway is active. In the meantime, I'm already gonna just make sure that the arrival that I've entered is correct. So we don't run any problems when we arrive there.
Sky travel 4322. Wind 034, sorry about the delay, identified, maintain 390.
Beautiful. So a bit of a sunset, not really that much, but a little bit.
And 2018.
As you can see some other traffic right here as well in the distance.
Seabird 7 India, do you want me to go to 12750
Awesome.
or should I stay with you?
Negative, you coordinated, so you stay with me.
Roger, thank you.
Sweden Control, Scandinavian 64 Bravo. Rednose 3209er, contact Sweden 127750.
127750, Rednose 3209er.
Sweden, hello.
27750, that's another Sweden controller. We're covering more of the west side. I already received the arrival ATIS, just checking which runway is active, 2 to left. Oh, that's as planned, so that's nice. Information Charlie.
Scandinavian 74 Tango, read back right.
Sweden Control, good evening. Rednose 3209er, passing flight level 270, climbing flight level 280 inbound Tipix.
Rednose 3209, good evening. Sweden Control, radar contact. Climb to flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, Rednose 3209er. Flight level 360 set. So we can continue our climb. So the other magenta line you see here is simply a vector from the arrival route that I loaded in already. It will go on indefinitely basically, so that's normal. It's part of arrival procedure for runway 2 to left, and after that vector we'll just get some turns to intercept the ILS. Kind of similar to the way it worked at Sydney in the last full flight video. Make sure you watch that one, a nice night flight in Australia. Bit of a different region than normal on the AviationPro channel, so a really nice flight to check out hopefully for you guys. And an interesting arrival with some nice visual approach into Sydney.
Swiss 08, requesting 2 minutes out of cockpit.
Swiss 018, how many minutes did you say?
2 minutes.
Approved.
I guess he needs to pee. That takes about 2 minutes, right?
Scandinavian 918, 2021.
Lovely view, beautiful nature. I have visited Sweden only once actually in real life, very short. It was a training flight to Gothenburg, or was it Malmö? I'm not even sure now. But quite nice, nice scenery, a lot of nature. Also in Norway, I've been in Norway. There's a lot of nature there as well that I really love. Nice fjords and mountains, really fresh water and stuff. It's really good. So if you ever get a chance to visit Scandinavia, definitely give it a go. As you can see from above, it already looks really nice. So down there, it will also look very nice. So in the background, I will already prepare a little bit of the approach because it's going to get busy later probably. I'll just read up the ATIS to you. Currently I have ATIS information alpha. I expect ILS approach runway use for landing 22 left. Expect Charlie stars. Yeah, that is of course the star, which I can show you here quickly. We end up at Handoff, so we have the Handoff to Charlie arrival, so that's the Charlie star. Runway use to left, yeah. Visual approach on request, we'll probably want to do that maybe later. Transition level 60. Transition level is of course something you want to enter in the FMS right here on the forecast page, so that it gives you a reminder when you cross the transition level and have to switch to local QNH. Wind is 170 degrees 7 knots, visibility 10 kilometers, no clouds detected. That's nice. Temperature 11, dew point 5, altimeter 1029er. So we'll put that here in standby. Press the standard button and we'll automatically go back to the QNH setting that we've preset here. Let's see. Well, yeah, quite light winds, a bit of crosswind from the left, so that's nice. New stars in effect with AirRock 2211, and we have the latest charts and nav data. Otherwise we would have had to advise the controller at first contact with approach state aircraft type. This was information Charlie. Okay, we'll check the ATIS information one more time once we get in touch with the approach controller. Okay. the meantime, ATC is indeed popping up, so we have pretty much full ATC along this route. That's really nice. Winglets view looking good.
Sorry.
Lovely.
Cap 7 for Bravo, contact Helsinki control 121 decimal 3.
I really like the way MSFS looks. Like either in nighttime or daytime, it's just perfect. It's a bit of a first officer view. Very realistic as well. I mean, FMC speed VNAV path in the meantime. It's just quite incredible what we have today in flight simulation. It's just amazing. So as you can see, top of descent is approaching in 10 minutes already, so we'll start preparing the approach right now. We'll set the minimums for this approach.
Giant 57, scan to flat 350.
The ILS frequency is 109.5. As you can see on the chart right here.
Plan your descent to cross.
Inbound course is 217 degrees.
Descend to flat level 290.
See, 4.8 tons will burn another 0.7 tons, so we'll end up with 58.5. We have a PET 30 landing, 140, wind correction.
Good evening, 67, setting ground radar contact, climb to flat level 370.
170 degrees 7 knots, so we can just keep the 5 knots wind correction right here. That's okay. 109.5, 217, that's set. And let's take a look at the next frequency that we might expect. Either tower or well, probably the center controller 121.375. So we'll tune it in the background. So the ILS frequencies have been tuned and everything, so that's good. Alright, so we'll do a bit of an approach briefing. Again, we're gonna end up at Handoff. Checking in the background, maximum speed of 250 knots below flight level 110. And Charlie Hotel 632. Abegi, and then we'll enter vector Abegi 4000 or below, maximum speed of 220 knots. And then I expect 2 right turns to be line up with the ILS. The ILS itself, as you can see, is a 217 degrees inbound course. Started descent at 9.3 DME of Oscar X-ray Sierra. Continue descent all the way to the minimums of 208 feet. That is also set just one notch higher. In case of misapproach, we are going to climb straight ahead to 500 feet or 1 DME of Oscar X-ray Sierra. After Oscar, it's a hard one. Oscar X-ray Sierra DME, whichever is later, then turn left onto 187, climb to 3000 and inform ATC. Okay, and the approach itself also starts at 3000, so we'll have the same altitude. MSA in the approach sector, first 2100 feet, final approach sector 1700 feet, and then in the south 1600 feet. Position level is 60. That is what we have set. In case of landing, we're probably gonna aim to vacate at Bravo 4. There's a little hotspot area. We should not taxi too rapidly on that exit, as you can see. Maximum 15 knots in dry conditions, because it's a bit of a sharp turn. And then I expect to taxi via Bravo and Charlie and maybe a little bit of runway 30 to the terminal area. I do expect to be parking here at Terminal 1 at one of the Alpha stands, or Pier Alpha. So we are crossing a runway for which we need clearance. Okay, aircraft's fine, weather is fine, as I just said. No specials, no special threats either for this approach. I would say it will be a bit busy, so we have to take that into account. And of course, we will make sure we don't vacate too fast here at Bravo. And we will use an outbreak setting of 2. So that's a bit of an approach briefing. Top of descent is approaching. As you can see, and 26 miles.
Scandinavia 460 report.
So of course it's always good to brief yourself. It's something that's obviously also done in the real world, but also for your flights and flights, it's nice to get a bit of an idea of what's going on at the airport, and you should prepare yourself mentally, because of course changes may occur, but then at least you have a bit of an idea of like what the airport layout is and things like that. So yeah, we'll take it all into account, and looking forward to a nice arrival. It should be pretty scenic too. Let's see if we can actually see the sea. I was wondering that before. Maybe if we take a look at the wing view later on. I think over there might be the sea then. It's a bit hazy, but visibility is really good. And it can be like this in real life. Absolutely. So, and just a few clouds. I think we saw these clouds actually before on our weather briefing when we looked at the windy. Just a few clouds right here, but that's all. So that's very nicely portrayed in the sim. Okay, we can do a descent checklist, pressurization, landing altitude sets, recall checked, outer brake 2, landing data out, VREF, flaps 30, 140, barrel minimums 208 knot, feet, and approach briefing completed, descent checklist completed. So we're probably gonna request a descent from this controller already. Rednose 3209 requesting descent.
Rednose 3209, descent to flight level 290.
Descent flight level 290, Rednose 3209. Retard VNAV speeds.
Coordinate 209, maintain.
There we go. We're starting our descent. There is some traffic on our left right here. We'll take a look at that.
Rednose 3209, cleared Arnold to Charlie arrival, runway 2 to left, descent to flight level 100.
Cleared Airnoff 2 Charlie, arrival runway 22 left, descent flight level 100, so Rednose 3209. Okay, flight level 100 is set, and yeah, we have the Airnoff 2 Charlie arrival as briefed, and we are now cleared for that arrival. But of course we still have to meet with the restrictions, so at Airnoff flight level 10 or below, we're kind of catching up slowly, so we'll just leave it as it is right now. And then our arrival time should be around 1803 Zulu, so about 23 more minutes to go. So of course it's quite interesting that we now have a clearance from a different controller for a star, you know, from another country. Because Copenhagen is so close to Swedish airspace, you will get the clearance for the star, in this case from Sweden. But that's okay, of course. In the meantime, Copenhagen has information delta, nothing really has changed. Apart from the winds, a bit more from the 190 degrees, this time 6 knots. And we still have the center controller, the tower, and I don't see ground, but that's okay for now. So we have some nice ATC anyway. So we're really looking forward. Just look at that view, beautiful. Really amazing. I love the reflection of the winglet here on the wing itself. Beautiful. Sometimes you need to take a moment to appreciate the views, because that's also what's flying about, of course. It's not just about performing all the time. Sometimes you have a bit of rest moments to enjoy the beauty of nature and the beauty of flying like this. And this is a very nice region to fly, so definitely make sure you take some time every now and again to appreciate it. In the meantime, we're nicely back on profile, so we can keep the descent rate as it is. Some lovely waters right here, entering the sea territory again. And yeah, as you can see also on the chart, there's some nice water around this area. Copenhagen, I think must be quite a nice city. I've never been there, but from what it looks like in the sim, it's quite beautiful. So yeah, also from up here. Look at that. Alright, we're doing well. As you can see, we're nicely on profile. So far meeting the restrictions.
Sweden, Scandinavian 100, which is flight level 340.
And we'll probably get a handoff soon to Copenhagen control, we'll see.
Rednose 3279, contact Copenhagen control 121.375.
121.375, Rednose 3209, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
121.375.
Direct over Scandinavian 2600. Perfect, thanks.
Copenhagen control, good evening, Rednose 3209 on the Handoff 2 Charlie arrival, information Delta, Boeing 737-800.
Rednose 3209, Copenhagen control, hello, radar contact. Vectors for the ILS, runway 22 left, fly now heading 170 and descend altitude 5000, QNH 1029.
Roger, vectors for the ILS, runway 22 left, fly heading 170, descent altitude 5000 feet on QNH 1029, Rednose 3209. Heading select, that was a long sentence. Heading select, and we'll go to level change, and I will start reducing the speed slowly. Maybe vertical speed for a little bit, makes it a bit easier to control the speeds. And it looks like he's going to give us quite a bit of a direct here, so let's see.
Can you repeat, Shutdown 21?
For now I'll direct you to the course intercept. We are on vectors, so that should be no problem.
Contact 134.7. Thank you.
And we have received the clearance to altitude, so we'll set QNH 1029 on all sides. Also on standby, check, and then we can do the approach checklist. Altimeters 1029 set and cross checked. So we're in the hands of the controller right now, so that's nice.
Scandinavian 2658.
Continue our descent. Lovely views over the water here. Amazing. Just a little bit of clouds in there in the distance.
3209, make further left heading 160.
Left heading 160, Rednose 3209. Heading 160 sets. And we'll turn the landing lights on. Seatbelts on. And we'll let the camera crew prepare for landing. Okay, we are receiving the ILS. Oscar X-Ray Sierra is now identified. That's correct. 25 miles to go. We do need to lose a little bit more altitude, so let's keep an eye on things.
Scandinavian 2658, left turn 250, cleared ILS 2 to left.
I'll probably add a little bit of speed brake to get a bit down further.
Scandinavian 2658.
Of course, it would be a bit of a shame to get extra delaying vectors when we don't really have to, so just to get back on profile a little bit. I will start a little bit of a descent, as we also need to lose some speed later, of course. Even a bit more drag, flaps 1.
Rednose 3209, descent 2000 feet, speed 220 or less.
Descent altitude 2000 feet, speed 220 knots or less, Rednose 3209. Speed 220 set.
Descent when ready, flight level 130, and you can expect straight in for ILS 27.
Thank you, 10204, we will start descent when ready.
So as you can see, it's giving us some nice vectors. It's a bit of a shortcut, so we do need those speed brakes to really get down. If necessary, we can even go flaps 5, but for now it seems like we're catching up nicely. There's one other traffic on the final approach, and I just had him in sight. No, he's gone. He was somewhere over there. Maybe it was the light that I was seeing. But that's good to know that we're behind someone.
Rednose 3209, flighting 190, cleared ILS 2 to left, free speed.
Right heading 190, cleared ILS approach runway 2 left, and free speed, Rednose 3209. Okay, free speed, that's nice, 190, approach armed, we're cleared for the approach. we'll start reducing a little bit to flaps 1 speeds. And 1000 feet to level off. And the tower frequency will be 1181. We'll tune that in the standby box. Check. Let the cabin crew take their seats.
3316 inbound Nikta.
Here, Trans 3316, Copenhagen Control. Hello, radar contact. Cleared Monarch 3 Charlie Island, landing on
We'll switch to vertical speed so we don't speed up too much. MCP speed, vertical speeds. And as you can see, the controller lines us up nicely with the ILS right here. Basically intercepting at the glide slope and localizer intercept. And we have the runway in sight. Where there's 2 runways right here, so we have to be a bit careful. We do not land on the wrong one.
Oscar Victor Whiskey holding short runway 29 on settle please.
Altitude require. Localizer is live.
Oscar Victor
And warlock. And glide slope.
That's copy, runway 29.
Hey, gear down, flaps 15.
29 clear for takeoff, Oscar Victor Whiskey.
Rednose 3209er, establish ILS runway 22 left.
Rednose 3209, runway 22, correction, contact tower 118.1.
118.1, Rednose 3209er, bye-bye.
Here, Trans 3316.
Okay.
5233.
And we're gonna contact Kastrup Tower. Kastrup Tower, good evening, Rednose 3209er, established on the ILS runway 22 left.
Rednose 3209,
Flaps 30.
190 degrees, 06 knots, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 left, clear to land, Rednose 3209er. Speed 145, set. And a landing checklist. Landing checklist, engine start switches still to go. Speed brake armed. Engine start switch continuous, speed brake armed, landing gear down. Flaps 30 green lights, and we'll set the best approach altitudes 3000 feet. Landing checklist completed, so we can continue manually. Stabilized.
Alpha 12, QNH 1029, request permission start. Per second.
Scandinavian 412 standby.
Alright, autopilot, auto throttle disconnect. Flight director. Yeah, very nice and light winds. Look at that. Beautiful.
Get trouble after Giant 1225 for radio check.
Giant 122.
Nice little water tower right here.
Thank you. We would like to request clearance up to Keflavik.
Cleared.
1225 heavy.
Giant 1225.
Can feel the crosswinds from the left.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed rig up. Reverse is normal.
All stations standby, controller shift.
And we'll take the next exit. Manual brake. There we go. We have landed at Copenhagen. Welcome everyone. Vacating at Bravo 4 as planned. Beautiful. the flaps up and transponder to XPDR. And this is where the sharp turn is, so we'll carefully taxi here. There's a controller change apparently going on, so we will taxi a bit slowly here before we reach runway 30 and 12. So welcome, nice landing. Could definitely feel the crosswind there on final, so it was nice. Left is clear.
Minute check. 5x5. 5x5.
Okay, perfect. So let's see what taxi routing we will get. Give the controller some time to settle before we just jump in. So we are reaching our crossing point here. There's some clearances going on, so it's always hard to get through. So we'll see what we'll get. Probably turn left here on Charlie. And tower, good evening, Rednose 3209 are on Bravo, vacated runway 22 left.
3209, welcome to Copenhagen, taxi Bravo and Charlie, hold short of runway 12.
Taxi to Bravo and Charlie, hold short of runway 12, Rednose 3209. Okay, that is clear, so left, as you can see, is Charlie, we are already on Bravo, so. Beautiful, beautiful weather here, beautiful approach. Oh, I will show you actually. Nice sunny arrival. Shame it's a bit cold, but otherwise the views were really nice during the approach. Amazing. Nice amount of traffic too. There we go. Nice wing.
So that was 2 box 2 to left, 5235 and 125 heavy. 1225.
And here's runway 12 at Charlie. So we will hold short here for a while.
906. ESSA.
Parking brake is set for now. Taxi lights off. So we'll wait and see what's next. And I'll just show you where we are. We're here at Charlie on the holding points. So probably gonna cross runway 12 via Alpha and then Zulu or Yankee to one of the Alpha gates. So let's see what we'll get.
Yeah, 412 taxi, Yankee. Rednose 3209, enter runway 30, vacate by Kilo 3.
Roger, enter runway 30, vacate by Kilo 3, Rednose 3209. Yeah, that's also an option. So that is also what I saw some real life flight doing. Always, it's nice to, if you're preparing for a flight, to look up some real flights on Flight Radar 24. You can simply taxi light on, strobe lights on, to see kind of where they're going, where they're parked and where they taxi, and then this is also an option. Final hopefully is clear, and left is clear, to taxi via our runway a little bit, and then we're going to vacate to the right at Kilo 3 as you can see on the charts. So here we go.
Copenhagen 2 ready to enter, ready.
Rednose also has some problems. So we'll just stop right here. I'm not sure exactly where he wants us to go. So. Strobe lights off again. Oh, there's an aircraft landing actually. Look at that. That's interesting. I'm not sure how normal that is.
Spirit 821 Charlie Pound Day, scanning. Rednose 3209, continue Lima, stand Alpha 8.
Continue Lima, stand Alpha 8, Rednose 3209. Okay, so Alpha 8 is here on the inside of Pier Alpha, as you can see. So that's good. taxi lights on.
Rednose 315 ready for that.
And we'll select the gate and GSX Alpha 8. So that's the most inside gate on this platform. Another Rednose is waiting here. And then we'll smoothly park here at Flight Tampa, Copenhagen. Really nice scenery. See what we have here. Karen Lesson. Nice.
Wind is 180 knots, runway 22 right, clear takeoff, safe left.
After departure, 12137.5.
And we have here Alpha 8.
Right, Scandinavian 412.
Taxi lights off.
Kastrup Tower, good evening, Scandinavian 468, established,
awesome. Look at that.
460,
Our shadow is casting upon us.
Wind is 180.
Really amazing.
Wind Copenhagen and to the left.
It's kind of hard to see the docking system.
152 taxi Lima, Kilo 3, runway 12 and Alpha.
Taxi Lima, Kilo 3 and runway 12 and Alpha, Rednose 315. Danish Air Force 596, class L1.
Let's see. Almost there. Too far, of course. Parking brake set. The AP will take over. And we'll cut off the engines. Okay, there we go. Welcome to Copenhagen. That was a really nice flight, I must say. Quite relaxed as well, so let's take a little outside view here. Nice. Let's see if the jetways actually want to work. Would be nice, right? Request deboarding. Ah, they do work. There we go. I did park a bit too far, yeah, just a little bit. It's sometimes a bit hard to see. There we go, guys. We are being unloaded. Lovely. And just with the click of just a button, we are deboarding here. Alright, we'll do a shutdown. Checklist, fuel pumps off except for APU, ProBeat, Auto. Hydraulics panel set. Flaps up. Parking brake is set, and start lever is cut off, and the weather radar is off. Shutdown checklist completed. Alright guys, there we go. So again, hope you enjoyed this flight here. I'll just go over frequency. It's a bit easier to understand. I hope you enjoyed the flight here on the Aviation Pro channel. A nice flight here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you learned something, and as you can see, it was quite a nice night, not too busy, not too little traffic either. It was just perfect, and basically, you can have a very nice flight like this. If you have these short flights, you can learn a lot in a short amount of time, and so definitely give that some consideration because it's really nice. Anyway. If you want to have some more live flights here on the Aviation Pro channel, make sure you check out the Aviation Pro channel memberships. There are different tiers that you can subscribe to, each with different perks and access to stuff like my Discord as well. So make sure you check out the different tiers. And on there, I have some extra monthly live full flights on the channel as well. So if you want to have access to that, make sure you click that join button. I would love to welcome you aboard on the membership community here on the Aviation Pro channel. So do check that out. For now, I will say good night from Copenhagen here. And I wish you best of luck with your VATSIM flights. And I will hopefully see you on the next one. Cheers.